Brock Purdy is the NFL's Rookie of the Week for Week 16. He could win the Offensive Rookie of the Year award.
Should be
Give-
crazy.
Give me the thing about Brock that makes you feel the best about him and his chances to continue this magic carpet ride. Give me the thing about Brock that concerns you the most. Because he's played flawless football.
It's the same thing. It's a double-edged sword for me. I love his mobility. I didn't know he could move like this. When I saw him, I'm like, they called him Nick Mullins when they drafted him. This guy is like a poor man's Russell Wilson. He's so quick. And he's got that like change of pace. I mean, he's really good. So I like his ability to protect himself, get away from this offensive line, get away from rushers, extend the play, get the ball down the field. That is so new. It's what they wanted Trey Lance to do, and Brock's doing it in his own way. That's great. My concern is, are you going to get hurt doing that? Because a lot of times he's like backing out of the pocket the way Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray used to. And that's what you do in college. He's getting away with it, but if teams are prepared for it, he could get really hurt. He could get hit hard. And I hope that doesn't happen, because for a guy who's little, who runs around a lot, that's usually what happens eventually. But he's very smart about it so far. So that's my only concern.
I for me, it's about the thing that I didn't know about him, and that I've gotten to know about him a little bit, is that this guy, first and foremost, is just a unbelievable competitor. So that is like when you see him at the end of games, sliding, putting the ball forward, it's all predicated with one thought: win the freaking game, win the game. And so I love that about him. I just feel like he's a much more all-in competitor than the baby face kind of demeanor will give you the idea. He looks like a kid, but man, he's all business when it comes to competing. His compete level's off the chart. My biggest concern is that he's got a little bit of like, yeah, I'm undersized, but I'm tough as hell.
Right.
And the I'm tough as hell.
Don't do that.
NFL defenders are tougher than you.
Yes, they are.
and will remain tougher than you. And they need to be respected. And you need to not take hits and not take on contact and fear contact. To me, he doesn't have enough appropriate fear.
Love that.
That's my biggest concern with him. I think he's going to take on linebackers.
And
right,
even in the pocket, like maybe the thing I love the most about Brock is just the fact that he's willing to hang in there and just get absolutely crunched on throws, and he's unfazed. But like, that's kind of scary. Like, I mean, I don't know when does that eventually catch up to him. So the thing I like the most about him is just how quiet his feet are in the pocket. I would say in comparison, especially to Jimmy. Because even when Jimmy's going, like, he's just a little bit, and I don't remember if Jimmy was like that in 17, but maybe it's just since the ACL, he's been very happy feet. But the quiet feet for Brock really makes me feel confident. But the one thing that's maybe a little bit to be determined is like, how many sacks does he get? He took, I think, 3 sacks versus Washington. It hasn't been a big enough sample size, but I do worry a little bit about maybe taking sacks. But again, that's one of those where I have no idea how to judge that. Is that offensive line? Is that whatever,
Dusty Gold has a great comment here. He says, Brock just reminds me of Joe, just in his movements, touch, and accuracy. That's crazy and accurate at the same time.
I said it a couple weeks ago.
That he reminds you of Joe?
How do you not see it?
I know.
How do you not see it?
There's a lot of Joe. You just don't want to put that on the kid.
Right.
But here's the other thing about Brock. Is Brock the best? And Grant, this is maybe, I wish your pops were sitting here. Yeah. Because this is kind of a historical question. Is Brock the best downfield passer as a quarterback the Niners have had? Or since who? You know what I mean?
Since Garcia.
This guy drives the ball down the field. He's not, they went for 30 against Washington in the second half, and he's taking shots down the field much more so than Jimmy, much more so than ever Mullins did, much more so than Alex Smith ever did. I think he's doing it with a better skill level and a better accuracy than Kaepernick ever did. So who is the quarterback who threw the ball, the Niner quarterback who threw the ball down the field as well as Brock Purdy? I think you got to go way, way back.
To me, I'll go back to Garcia. I mean, maybe I love Garcia. I was a fan of the Niners when Garcia was the quarterback. I mean, he used to connect down the field with Terrell Owens a lot. And, there are a lot of similarities between Jeff Garcia and Brock Purdy, frankly. I mean, Jeff Garcia was a hell of an athlete, too. He would improvise. Garcia, dude, if this guy's the next Garcia, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Garcia would have won a Super Bowl on this team. Garcia was really good.
He was.
Really
he was
good.
Really good. I remember I scouted him his first Canadian League game. He was the third-string quarterback at Hornet Field in Sacramento against the Gold Miners, backing up both Doug Flutie and Anthony Calvillo, and he came into the game and he just made plays.